Okay, we should be live. Hopefully everything is working properly. There's no guarantees in life. For now, we shall take the dive down into the abyss that is Legend of Dragoon. We're probably going to either get close to beating Disc 1 or beat Disc 1 today. If I'm remembering how long each section is. We've already done the fort to the northeast. I'm going to turn down my headphones so it's equivalent to what you guys are hearing. But yeah, we're probably going to beat Act 1. Not Act 1. Disc 1. Why am I calling it Acts? Because, unfortunately, I'm a moron. But yeah, we're going to at least get to Lohan. We might get to Kazas. We'll see about that. There's supposedly like 20 or so Stardust on the first disc. I don't know where she disappears to next. I actually have the window that tells me open, though. So let's see. Bail upon leaving for Hoax, and until the hero competition, she's going to be in Bail. So until we do the hero competition, we can go back and turn in Stardust. I think we unfortunately aren't going to have the opportunity to turn in 20 Stardust, so we'll just have the extra life one for now. I do wonder, does this... No, it doesn't go all the way down. I was curious if we could get down to the little dudes. We can't, unfortunately. That's a missed opportunity. Interact with the wildlife. Get it some information. Today I'm going fruit juice and water. I don't have caffeine. I don't think I'll need it to make it the 4 hours, but we'll see. I'm feeling perky. But no, I actually do feel awake. So we'll probably make it the full normal stream length. I might go a little bit long today to kind of make up for the short stream yesterday. Nice volcano. And yeah, we're going to probably guard up to get our life back up now that we have the improved base life. Unfortunately for like Shauna and Rose, the improvement will only be about 70 life. So I think that having them have higher defense and stuff or better other stats is still the way to go. And I don't know, probably whenever they get above 200, it'll start being worth it. Unless we run into a situation where they end up taking a lot more damage than I thought they would. Because we go from here to the volcano to the poison zone. And then we'll have... Then it's off to the city. I think the city is the one that has the hero tournament. So we're not going to really... Yeah, we're definitely not going to get it because Lohan is the one with the tournament. Then Kazas is the next city after that. I think that is the Bridge City, if I remember correctly. I am a little bit foggy on it. It's been 2 weeks since we played through this section last. Because it's been a while. Okay, time to finish off the Mycondio. Ta-da! I probably should have done Volcano, because I want to get past Volcano as quickly as possible. It's not the worst of the attack patterns. I still think the 4... It's not Burning Rush, it is... Wait, does he actually have it on? He doesn't have it unlocked yet. Burning Rush is probably my favorite. But there is one after that, and I'm forgetting what it's called. Rod Typhoon also kind of sucks to do. I do like that we can see just how many they have available, though. We could... See, the thing is, I never really played a lot with Shauna before. That's one of the reasons why I kind of want to have her in the party now. Because supposedly she has some pretty decent spells for the Dragoon form. Okay, so we definitely want to go down first. Get off the boat. Let's get this one first. Because, yeah, the one in the top left is progress forward. So we want to go down. Hop off and grab this little buddy. We're going to get just some random fights. It's not a problem. I don't think anything here is too scary. There's a couple that could be. Like, these guys are a little tough, but we're still going to be able to beat them down to nothing fairly quick. And yes, I will be trying to concentrate while doing my attacks because my brain is not the best of brains. And I need to concentrate to actually hit the timings on those. And I keep forgetting she actually has the same defense as Dart right now. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and beat on him. I messed it up, damn it. I was even concentrating. It's still fine. We got him down, but I think he only has like 35 life or something like that. We want 10,000 gold. We want 10,000 gold. We want levels. Yeah, I think I am going to stick with this party. I might swap out Shauna for... Oh, the water girl. Forgetting her name. But I think I do want to stick with this. Just for the sake of experiencing the character. And of course, we don't want to ditch Rose. Rose is probably our best magic attacker in the game. Unless I'm misremembering. Move to the left. This should take us to the next screen where we should get more stuff. Now, one thing that there is a... I keep wanting to call it shattered chains. It's not shattered. My brain is just stuck on shattered for some reason. The PC fan remake of this... You basically if you have the original discs, you import it into that fan remake, and it converts it to something that is PC viable. But one thing that I find a little bit distracting, because I have tried it, I have actively tried it. The distracting thing is that oh wow, we just missed those guys. They're bastards. But there we go. The backgrounds. Not the 3D backgrounds. 3D backgrounds are for the most part are fine. It pushes it into widescreen, and then you have the 2D backgrounds only go out to a certain distance because that's all they needed for the actual... Oh, I shouldn't have attacked with her. But that was all they needed for the backgrounds in the 4x3 version. In the widescreen version, you can choose to stretch it, or you can choose to have it follow you. I hate stretched graphics, so I go with it following you. And you end up with it floating all around. And also, the settings that I put in on the main menu did not stick whenever I first went into the game. So maybe there's a way to actually fix that later on, but... For the most part, we're going to have to end up with some way of remaking the backgrounds. And they are working on a mod for that, but it's going to be taking a while, and I don't know if it's ethically sourced or not. It could be. I'd actually have to go see how they're working on it. But there have been examples of games in the past that have done upscaled backgrounds, especially these last few years, that end up using just an AI filter. And I hope they're not doing that. I hope beyond hope that is not the state of their being. The one pant leg. Well, technically, it's one tight. Because it's not even a full pant leg. It doesn't go all the way up. I used to think that was so cool back in the day. Magic Stone of Signet. If I remember correctly, that's the item that does... Yeah, it's the one that blocks the enemy's move for 3 turns. It doesn't work on everything, but it's there. Stun guard, nice. And up there is where we pop out if we take that top path. I don't know if we actually come down here in a speed run or not. I would actually need to go look at the speedrun tech. And Shauna, you're just going to go ahead and keep defending. And since we are mostly magic resistant with Shauna and Rose, I think we actually want to take out the physical guy first, the merman, before we do any of our guarding. Because I'm thinking these little fireflies, the fire dragon things, I'm guessing they do magic damage. If I had to take a wild guess. Yeah, the 3 and 4 combos can get countered, which makes them harder to kind of pull off. They're better for SP. So that is something I have to take into account. SP is going to be important for them leveling up. Yeah, he takes a little bit more damage from them than Rose. Dude, they might just be weak. They might not be magic damage. It's not that counters are hard, it's just I will get distracted and miss out on them, and it's just going to be extra damage to me. Okay, so we've got those treasures. There is not another set of the Stardust in here. The Stardust is the next one's in Lohan, then Kazas. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in Lohan. Then we go right. Little squeaks of the boat. Right rear, the 7th Fort, Kingdom of Basil. Some of the names of things in this are weird. What are you yeeking about? Yes, yes, she did. What are you talking about? I used to give piggyback rides when you were little. Remember? Not the piggyback rides. Yeah, that's just an emulation glitch up there, unfortunately. I don't think so. I guess I should have stayed in Hoax. Are you serious? No, it's not. So I guess I had a bit of a weak moment. Aw. I can fight to help everybody. I'm not a drag on others, but I still cannot fight like Rose. I mean, yeah, you're using a bow. She's using a sword. Like asking the tank to be your healer. Wait, in D&D, they kind of are. Clerics can be everything. They're so strong. You have something only you can do, right? You don't need to pretend to be strong. Besides, you can rely on me more, like in the old days. Yep, she's fine. She just wanted a piggyback ride. It's not the end of the world. The pain is gone. Let's go, everybody. That's her voice now. Let's go. Onward to victory. My name is Shauna. Okay, Volcano is more than just an attack. Volcano Velude. Is the name of the volcano Velude, or does Velude mean something? Okay, here. There are some enemies we might actually want to fight off screen if I have time. Like if we stop at a point where I can get back to this area, I might come back here and farm some, I think they're called spirit cloaks or something like that. But we'll have to see. Spirit cloaks give you magic evasion. Which, obviously, it's better to just not take much damage from them in the first place, but that doesn't work for Levites. And yes, we are dodging the Firebird. We won't be able to dodge him for long. I happen to know he is a boss in here. Spear Frost is a damage item. We have 2 bosses in here, by the way. So I'm not sure how well we're going to do with our limited damage items. Why did it peak out on that? I wasn't even talking loud. My microphone just like reported that it was going like all red for a second there. Just completely out of the... It was ridiculous. Okay, so let's go ahead and take out a salamander. If we can take one of them down, I'll be happy. That way we can kind of guard up against them. Although Shauna being down is not a huge issue. I would just be having her guard anyway, and she's not getting SP for any of this yet, so. She doesn't get SP until... I want to say it's until it's after... Yeah, it would be after the Dragoon, because she actually gets it at the healing location. Sun Rhapsody, I think, is mana, unfortunately. I can check. Yeah, Sun Rhapsody is mana. Spirit Potions are going to be for building up SP on characters. It's not even that we're going to be particularly concerned. You go ahead and get a War Gods. But yeah, it's not even that it's going to be... My brain just completely farted. Mind Purifier. I need one of those today. I think right is the optional path. Unless I'm mistaken. It's the optional one, because there's a chest over here. Panique Guard. Would you like a Panini Guard? But yeah, just chilling. For the most part, this area is not a huge threat. We can knock them down to just 1 and heal up if we need to. I'd rather have the little winged guys for that. But either way, it's not a huge issue. Yeah, you just guard. Crap. Okay. Let's just beat the crap out of the salamander. But yeah, the parries cannot be the first or last one of a combo, by the way. She's not going to be able to do enough damage, so she's just going to guard. She's our safety. Wow, they would have stunned her twice. Yeah, I am just gonna have her keep guarding. She could drop items on these guys and oh, God's sake. Okay, so they're back up. I need to actually heal them. Come on, give me his turn before he gets knocked out again. Thank you. Yeah, now we're just going to have to heal up because they got so many hits on us. And I don't want to be low whenever we go into each of the boss fights. Okay, so he's going to get a turn relatively soon. Now we take the attack whenever it gets to his turn. At least the volcano ones are relatively evenly spaced. That they would be even worse as kind of like an early second attack if they weren't. But right now, the only ones that generally have wonky patterns are going to be your 4 swing ones. Am I an expert at this game? God, no. I am very, very far from it. I have a list of the Stardust. That's about the only thing I'm going to be going with for sure as far as like any kind of guides go. I'm not going to be going with any kind of like treasure or walkthrough or you should optimize for this kind of thing. I am just beyond that. I am just going with the little bit that I remember and the... We're going to do a save card save. Bloop. Yeah, just the little bit that I remember and hopes and dreams. That's just how it goes. And yeah, I do see the guy back there. We'll learn about him in a little bit. I forget. I think the only thing we can encounter in here is the fish, isn't it? Isn't that right? Because we have the boss over here to the left. What is this feeling? It's calling me. Shauna, you are so trouble. She's always going to be trouble. Shauna, causing problems since day one. You were being called by this? It's a gargoyle. Actually, no, I think it's a... No, it's not a dragon. It's a... Oh, what are they called? That thing alive? Yes. Don't go near it. I feel something's wrong. This is a Virage. Okay. Okay, what is it? Virage? You don't know about it? Okay, I'll explain it to you. You know about the Dragon campaign, yeah? These were the Winglies. Yeah. So you use this creature called Virage as their trump card in the war. Just as humans use dragons, Winglies use Virage. It's a mirage. Lemon doesn't come from lemon. Lemon juice and lemons are different things. That's why they kicked me out of the village. They didn't understand that lemon juice and lemons were different. Oh, I thought the Dragon campaign was over 11,000 years ago. I mean, probably. We gotta settle this. No, we don't get to run. We get to murder it. Can you imagine this game if you could actually have your whole party? They'd have to scale up the enemies so much. Let's see, Virage. I think I'm just gonna go straight for the head and see what happens. And I don't think we're going to see over 100 damage anytime soon. Almost feels like destroying the arm is a trap, because that's a move for it to waste on us. And it's not a dangerous move. Whereas some of its other attacks, if I remember correctly, are pretty gnarly. Is she only restoring 6, period? And yeah, it's a duh for the 3 pattern there. Oh, here comes the scary one. Please don't one-shot him. Not bad. He can survive it. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think she can out-heal that even while guarding. So let's just keep going after the head. And she can take one more hit. I don't know if she could take a laser. That was a lot easier than last time. I think last time he kept doing AoEs and kind of juggling me. If I remember correctly. I could be misremembering because time. Let's go back. I forget if she's technically a Wingly or not. She doesn't need to run. The thing is dead. Rose. It would have been like, should have been more like Rose, we should go. Not Rose. Run! There's danger! Because there's not danger. One thing this game does not do well, by the way, as far as modern conveniences that I actually prefer, is I really do prefer it whenever modern games allow us to have proper shared XP, even for backliners, so things aren't just falling completely behind. This game kind of locks you into a team early, because your B team does not actually get... Hey, is anybody there? But yeah, your B team does not get XP as much as the main team. Did you hear something? Hey, help! Look over there. Looky, it's a guy. It's a man. Help me, my foot slipped and I fell. Okay, come on, guy. Get your buttercup butt back up here. Phew, thanks, really. I didn't think I would make it. Yeah, thanks. I can't thank him enough, but please at least take this. Yes, you have to. The folks saved my life. I feel bad if you folks don't take it. It's a man thing. That's one thing I do not miss about the 90s. Oh, thank you. Acquired a sapphire pin. That is, if I remember correctly, mana for hit. So I could find a burning gem around here, so I came and look what happened to me. Okay, yeah, you got a burning gem, by the way. He's an antique dealer. Why don't you drop by later? Why don't you come see me later in my crib? So Sapphire, I do believe, is a mana recovery. Yeah, when damaged by magic, MP is accumulated. It's fine. And we have a decent amount of Spear Frost, so we should be okay for the boss. Magic Sigstone. I don't know if it's going to work on the boss, but we'll try it. Oh no! What is this large empty room? Oh, who would have thought? Giant fire guy. It's in flames! It's inflammable. English language sucks. I'm just gonna add that one after mentioning inflammable. There's a lot of words like that. Well, what do we have here? Oh, it would be a shame if you were weak to ice. And we had an auto clicker. Well, not really an auto clicker, a turbo button. This one's probably only going to be like 80 at most. Unless I am really underestimating his magic damage. No, it dealt 120 as well. Okay. That's interesting. It's even more interesting that it's not even at yellow yet. $192. Yeah, I do find it interesting she does the same amount of damage as Dart. Wow, that's not much damage to us. I think I will wait and use the rose. Yes. Ah. Spear Frost to go. Should I be burning all these on him? Probably not. We're going to be burning our Dragoon spirits on the next boss. Red Eye Stone. And we all get a level up from it. Nice. No Dragoon levels up yet, unfortunately, because we've been not very good at hitting our combos. That was hot. That was a hot fight. No, duh. You're in the middle of a freaking volcano, my guy. And I don't think that the Red Eye Stone, yeah, the Red Eye Stone is a good. Isn't it? No, there it is. Reduces fire damage from fire-based attacks by half. Oh, okay, that's fine. We're not going to be using that for a while because we're not going to be in here. There we go. There was an encounter I was hoping to get that we did not. The flying fire guys in here can give us a particular item that I would want for magic evasion. Like a spirit cloak or something like that. What do you have? Dancing Ray is a light attack all, earth-based individual. I think we go for... I think we go earth because the next boss is wind. And then we sell junk. Sun Rhapsodies. I'm gonna keep probably 2 of them. No, we'll keep 3. Why not? Yeah, I think the rest of this is fine. Armed wise, we can get rid of some of this stuff. Poison Guard. We're going to keep 1 Poison Guard for curing poison outside of battle. Avoids the abnormal status confusion. We're never going to equip that. We're never going to equip that. And we only need 1 bracelet as a swap around item, just in case, until we get full inventories. War Gods is kind of nice whenever we're facing against flying enemies. Just double checking. You want to buy something? No thanks. But I think that should be enough for us to go to the next one. So he's going back to Lohan. What's weird is once we pop out to Lohan, if I remember correctly, we can just go back north to Bale. I could be misremembering. I think the lockout point is after she gets not poisoned, is after she gets cured. Now for Lava Guy. Ow. How dare you use my own element against me? Easy enough. Yeah, just taking it the chill way. 2,300 gold. We're almost a quarter of the way to where we want to be. Unfortunately, we can't afford anything in Lohan. We would need 10,000 to get what I want. There's a few good items for less than that, but... Oh, and yeah, this is one big loop around to get that 1 box. If I remember correctly, though, it is worth it because it's armor. If I'm remembering correctly. I might be thinking of a different chest. Guys, don't you feel something? Spores. They look an awful lot like the Firefly icons. Firefly icons are what healed us, but now they're going to kill us. We're gonna die. That's why Sandoros don't have a defense in this forest. They will all die. What's wrong? She's getting poisoned. Why doesn't Lavitz get poisoned? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, they really do play this up in this, and that is like one of the things I do hold against this game. Is that it's very much like, I'm the princess, I'm frail thing. Shauna, why does she run away like that? I don't understand that. I didn't understand that last time. I have a feeling it's just to force you to see that there's a plant in here. Because we have to come back for that plant. If I fall down here, there would be no meaning to me coming with you. Okay. Geysers cannot make a move. Okay. Please don't leave us like that. We don't know what awaits you. Okay. Or waits us, sorry. Time to move forward. If I remember correctly, they're playing brother and sister. Yep. He's playing brother and sister. She's playing, oh, I want to be your girlfriend. Except written by a guy. You can tell this was, even in the 90s, this wouldn't have passed the vibe check for a diverse writing team. Oh, there's where we go across. I don't know why I always think narrow spot is where I should go across. It's always the rocks. That's one thing that newer games do well, is communicating where you can cross. Some of them don't. Most of them do. Whip smack. Does a body good. Too early. Well, it still killed him. Took more damage than I dealt. That sucks. Do I want to do a heal? Yeah, let's do a little round of healing on. This is not the best enemy to do it on because he actually does okay damage, but I think as long as he's not just completely wailing on Shauna, which he apparently is doing, we should be fine. I mean, she's got 192 life. She can out heal the damage he does. She heals for 10%. And I forget what the max life totals for everybody is. I know there are max levels. And they're not like the normal 99s. But yeah, I like dipping into these kind of games. This, Final Fantasy, Shining Force, stuff like that. Just because these are the things that inspired a lot of the best games in modern gaming. These are the kind of games that determined what we would be playing today. Are they perfect? No. Many times the writing is particularly odd at times, and we're still learning mechanics and how to actually design them kind of things in games. But overall, they generally, you can see the roots and see what works and see places we've actually gone poorly whenever it comes to newer games as well. There are a lot of things that we've taken from older games and implemented in kind of a crappy way. A big one that people who regularly watch the main channel will be familiar with is action RPGs. Loot systems in modern action RPGs generally are fucking awful. There are people who like them, and yes, there are good things you can get from them. There's cool concepts you can get from them. But due to how they're designed, a lot of the times you'll end up in a situation where, let's see if we can actually hit the tricky bat. We cannot. But yeah, a lot of times in the modern games, it's just, there's so many modifiers and it's completely randomized and not really controlled that you end up with, oh, for fuck's sake, can we at least hit once? Here, shoot it. I want at least one of them down. But yeah, you'll end up in where it's just none of the stuff that drops really feels compelling because it is just that random. Which never really feels that great. And then you have ultra niche functionality on the items as well. You saw this with early Diablo 4, where it's like, oh, if you get 2% boost if you're mid-range, which is not melee, but not across the screen. You have to be within this certain specific distance. That feels shitty. I still have some of those items. Just for memory's sake. But yeah, it's a thing. Okay, so 41 from 29. Yeah, he's gonna be able to defend himself now. As far as the characters go, yeah, Dart and Lavitz will pretty much always be the strongest defensively out of this group. Rose is not terrible, but at the same time, We're mostly just interested in going forward. This is another good grind spot if you're interested in grinding. Up ahead, there's going to be a spot with a healing well thing on top of where you can just have enemies spawn right next to it. Let's go ahead and use up that burnout to get it out of the way. I could have sworn that Shauna had higher magic damage. But I could have just been misremembering. I'll look at the stats whenever we get in there. See if she actually does. Because I forgot to check that whenever I was just scrolling through them there looking at the defenses. Hey, MP up. Woo. Woo. But yeah, normal fights do not give us much XP in this. Okay, so Shauna, magic attack 26. 31 with gear. Hey, it is higher. Not as much as I thought it would have been. And yeah, I do wish that this would show us how much SP total we've accumulated so we know how close we are to the next level. So we come across here. And we fall in. Bloop. Fall from infinite heights. We wait for her to get up. I hate how they keep painting her as being just so frail and weak. It feels very ham-fisted. It's a healing well. In a modern game, I would not be surprised if a dev would actually make it so that if you didn't drink from this well, Shauna wouldn't get sick. That would actually be kind of a cool little, like, nod to things, but we're drinking from the well. That is not a mechanic in this. Okay. Time to get our treasures before we go fight the dragon. The Dragon. I think we generally do have to just go through all of these to get our paths through all this nonsense. Because we have to remove those kelp-looking things. By whacking the different things on alternate paths. Of course, there's another one. The guy on the left, the Mandrake, is actually a pain in the ass. Hey, Mega Flare, how's it going? You doing all right today? Here comes the blizzard. And yeah, I am Dragooning today. I'm always kind of reluctant to raid people doing Dragoon, because I have seen several lately that are very leaning in on gooning in their title. They leave out the draw part, and it's like, ugh, I feel dirty raiding somebody with that as a title. Gooning 2025. No, I don't want to raid that into that. I know what that word means. I know that, yes, it's a pun. Yes, they're playing on it, but yeah. I am not part of the Gooner community. Let's beat him up. But yeah, I do love the actual, like, gameplay in this. It will never... It never really gets old for me. Yes, some of the battles we will get to a point where I'm just like, I'm tired of doing combos. But it's well designed for what it is. The only thing it's missing is kind of a defensive quick time action. Usual coffee and breakfast, wound care later. It might be your last trip. Oh. That's good. Healing up properly, I hope. I'm hoping it's healing up properly and they're not just gonna be like, well, nothing we can do, we're putting you down. That would be awful. Let's see. We want to go this way. Yeah, they have a lot of convoluted paths. But yeah, this does not break my top 10 list, unfortunately, of games. It just still has a nostalgic place for me simply because I played it a lot when I was younger. I still think that things like Final Fantasy VI and stuff generally beat this out overall, just because I feel the story is better. And that is my main reason for RPGs, with mechanics being secondary usually. But I do like the mechanics of Final Fantasy VI. Last visit, they said you were 99.9%. Oh, there is no point there. Okay. 99% healed. I'm 99% pure cocoa. That would actually be a very bitter piece of chocolate. I need to move that. I just realized I might have been overheating something. There we go. But yeah, we're going after the treasure chest, and then we'll be in Lohan. We'll grab ourselves 4 Stardust. And then it will be on to endeavors. Spirit potion. There's our other path opened. How many spirit potions do we have? Three? That's not enough for a level. I think the first level is 1,000 to get from 1 to 2. But it's a chunk. I want to get the item that gives us SP per turn as soon as possible. That way we can get on Shauna so she's not as far behind. And where is that? I think it's the door on the left. I'm just waiting for the Mandrake to ambush us. Nice. Ouch. Of course. Do you think we actually get an item that does this? A whiff and still solid damage. Jeez. But I figured since we are re-entering the game, might as well go for all the Stardust. Since I never did that as a kid, so sure, I'll do it as an adult. I say kid and people are probably thinking like, oh, no, I was a teenager. I'm old. I've been playing games almost as long as video games have existed. Let's go for... How are we looking on our additions? He's getting close. She's gonna get hers done well before she gets to level 14, I believe it is. Oh, yeah, that was a new Dragoon level. Death Dimension. I think this is the other treasure. Gimme. Mind Purifier. That's never going to work on me. I forget what year this released. I do remember I got it when it was relatively new. But I don't remember what year it was. You got a used copy from your local card shop. Oh. Oh my. I'm pretty sure I got mine at Walmart. Because when this came out, I would have been living in the boondocks. We did have a Hastings, though. I am mildly concerned this wasn't in the yellow after the first hit. She does not do small amounts of damage. I actually might go get a coffee at our 2-hour break. Because, you know, fruit juice, man cannot live on fruit juice and water alone. As far as used copies of games, funny note, other than buying used copies at Blockbuster, I didn't buy used games until I was in my 20s. Probably 01 when you got it. Who is this? Is that you, Lavitz? It's so ironic to find you venturing here. It was probably 01 when you got it. It was probably... If it came out in June 2000, it was probably November 2000 when I got it. Or December. Can't remember if I got it as a Christmas present or not. Because, generally speaking, the way... If it was in May, it was usually May or December that I got most of my games. And usually in May, we would rent stuff for summer break. So then I would be able to try out games and then get one. And I did not have a ton of games. I think on NES I had maybe a dozen or so games. On PlayStation, about the same. Back in the day. This was one of them that I got new. Final Fantasy Origins... Origins Chronicles and Anthology was an exception to like the normal schedule things, but tactics was, I believe, a birthday present. Welcome, Lavids. You become a knight fulfilling the wishes of your late father, Servi. Would you ever mention my father's name? Servi Slambert. I just realized what that was. Anyway. You betrayed King Albert. You betrayed every single person I know. Is that the wrath of a patriotic knight or a man full of vengeance? I do find it interesting that we're not forced to have Lavitz in this fight, but we are forced to have him in the prison break. This might have been your first used game, this or Final Fantasy Anthology. Ah. Now, if we're counting ones that were bought from Blockbuster, my first used game in that respect would have been Final Fantasy... No, it wouldn't have been Final Fantasy VIII. Because I had bought a Super Nintendo game from them before. Final Fantasy VIII would have been about second or third. I think the first one would have been... The Chrono Trigger was new, because I had the box. I'm trying to think of what it would have been, because it was a Super Nintendo game. I'm just trying to remember what it was. It wasn't a good one. I still regret not getting Earthbound used. Because if my memory is going properly, that's the game that was the other one that I could have chosen from. I want to say it was Earthbound and some robot game. His Majesty Dole got all this power and intelligence from Emperor Diaz. Ah, Holy Imperial... With the name of the Holy Imperial Gloriano. I do have the courage to fight against the legendary Dragoon. Because I actually have stuff prepared for this. Now the question is... Do I cheese this? There is an item I can get here. Which I kind of want. It's armor. What we could do is save it for the last minute. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, we could save our... We do a quick save like at the very last minute. I just reload it to finish him off a few times. And we're going to pellet you. You bought Quest 64 from your local place where we're close. I did not own a Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64 was one of the last consoles I bought. If that tells you anything. I don't know if this will work on him. We're going to try. It didn't. I have not actually played Quest 64, other than to make sure it works. It was on my list of items, I mean, not items, of games I wanted to try, but... Let's go ahead and do another pellet. I got a deep gash. Goodbye. I think this removes poison. Yes. Found out not long ago that you ninja'd it from one of your friends who was going to EP to buy it the next day. Ah. Seriously, as soon as I get her unpoisoned, you poison the next one. Or sorry, him. I had a friend steal, well, not steal, but nab my Mortal Kombat 3, I believe it was, on Genesis. Yeah, I need to heal up real quick. I'm probably going to have Dart whack at this guy while she heals up, and then we'll finish him off whenever he gets into the reds or yellows. Thankfully, she's guarding, so she's not so bad off. Yeah, back in the day, losing games to friends was not an uncommon thing, or trading games with friends. Nowadays, I don't know if people do that as much because they're often, like, locked to a specific console, which generally just sucks. Because you don't own the physical rights to the game. And now he's stunned. Oh, no, he's not. Cool. Okay, so she's at a point where she can start doing the earth things. I think one more hit from him might bring them down to yellow. No, you just need to stay guarding. Okay. You want to try the Game Boy Color demake of Quest 64? It's supposed to be a pretty good version. I didn't even know there was a demake of it. Oh no, his attack power is going up. Hey, you just keep guarding forever and beyond. You body purify yourself. An official one too came out like a year later. Cool. Let's see if we can get the item. I'm looking for steel armor, if that makes sense. Well, we're not going to reload this a million times. I'll reload it maybe like 2 or 3 times. Oh, we got it first try. It's better armor, so we can give Dart the plate mail and Lavitz the chain mail. And Lavitz even leveled up. Wow, he's staying caught up-ish. He's about 200 XP behind Shauna. My efforts were to no avail. I even used betrayal to obtain this power. Still don't understand. Why did you betray my father? You were not like this. That was the only thing I could never conquer. I had admiration for him as a mate and as a friend. But time goes by and it turned into this feeling. It's almost like this was like translated by Australians instead of... It could have actually been translated by Australians. Like Australian or UK. Instead of like US English translators. That's the horrible thing about English. It's all English, but it's all different dialects. And some things will have different meanings. Like if you see them avoiding using the term pants, that's because pants is underwear in some dialects. Live strong, Slambert. Quest Brian's Journey. I will load that up in another order. You guys might hear a crunch in the audio whenever I do. Does it actually have a distinct story from Quest 64? Greed for power eventually conquers you. Unleash power generates only sorrow. He should have known that. He was lucky to die now and avoid even more. Now, there is... I do want to go through the Lufia games. I am not looking forward to... I want to say it was Game Boy Advance Lufia. I don't think it was on Game Boy Color, but I might be misremembering. I don't have a copy of it, but I'm not looking forward to it. Because I hear it's bad. The two SNES Lufias are great, though. Those are two I wish got a re-release, but I don't remember who the publisher of them was. Who'd have thought? Guy dressed in green gets the green Dragoon power? Too much poison. Yes, that's it. I heard there's a great doctor there. Hey, Doc. Taito, that would be a fun one for this wave of re-releases, remasters? Yes. It doesn't even need to be remastered. Just port it to PC and I'll be fine. The graphics hold up just fine. Only thing missing is maybe making it widescreen compatible. That's it. Of course, that is still a lot of pixel artwork, but still. Though, Taito is not the worst. After we drop her off, I will throw on the armors. And she died. If I were fine, it would be fun. Get well soon. Aww. I forget when we actually lose her as a party member. Never seen such symptoms. There's nothing wrong with the body, at least that's how it seems, but her consciousness has closed inward after she arrived here. It seems the mind is poisoned, not the body. That was such a cute girl. What was such a cute girl doing with a legendary monster? If we can get some Dragoni plant, she may survive. Problem is, if the dragon's Dragoni plant exists only in legend, I cannot say for sure if it really exists. You have a week to find a mythical plant. And you don't even know what it looks like. Staunch that there poison. So now we're just all Dragoons. We're all Dragoons. Let's equip that armor. That's actually lower magic defense. So I think we're going to put it on Laffits. Because even though it is much higher normal defense, I think I'm fine with him being the tank. Look, Doc, we came here for a cure. Don't ask questions. Exactly. He's still learning Harpoon. How little I have used him. Okay, now we have a bunch of things to wander around and find. I don't remember where anything is. Okay, so we have the list. It is... We have one in the bazaar, one in antiques, and one in the upper housing, bottom left door behind a secret bookcase, and basement furnace. What? That is not real descriptive, but we'll work with it. His son is wandering. Yeah, we have 4 here. Sorry. A little too big for old people. People should be more considerate. It's hard on old people like myself. No drinking under 21. Taito was bought by Square, so it could happen. Yes, but Square is weird about remasters. I don't know if they would actually go through with bringing that back. Although they did bring back, well, Star Ocean is a more sought after franchise, so I can't speak on that. Yeah, Square is... It's interesting. The roof belongs to everybody. Walk quietly on the roof. Dude, you are blocking the ladder down into that room. Although I don't think there's anything in there. Maybe after 3 more ports of Final Fantasy IV? No, you know it's got to be at least 7 ports of it. How many ports have they done on that? It has got to be a lot. Is this Dabas Antiques? I don't think this is. Yeah, it's on a suit of armor, so no, it's not here. I've never understood the massive fascination with Final Fantasy IV. It's a good game, but it's not my favorite. It's very slow compared to like the original. Even like the original Final Fantasy felt like it was better paced than Final Fantasy IV. And I know there's gonna be people like lynch mob after me for saying that. Dabus! Oh yeah, it's in that armor up at the top. What do you want? You can find anything in Dabus's Antiques. You got it. Have everything from extremely rare medicine to secret magical... Okay. Have you heard of the Dragoon plant? I remember hearing about it somewhere. It says, north of the poisoned forest, past the troublesome plant. Observe Dragoon plant in back of shrine. You cannot get past it unless you purify it with something. Yeah, we can purify it with the magic water. Thank you. Hey, what about shopping? Yeah, I'll come back. Like, immediately I'll come back. Oh, that might be an important message. Just a moment. Correct, of course, I would enjoy it more if there were no nasty monsters. Can I shop here? Nope. Do you think Lufia should be the next game after this instead of Shadow Hearts? Maybe. How do I get up there is the question. There it is. Because, yeah, I think this... Stardust. Don't think we have anything else in here. I do wish that it would at least pop up the little bleep thing if we were close to a Stardust. The interactive noise. I do wonder where the hole in the ground goes to. And no, we don't actually have to pay for the bottle. You mostly agree. You think 4 established the overall formula that you enjoyed, but didn't play much of it until Final Fantasy Chronicles, so you don't have as much nostalgia for it. I know there's a lot of people who love it, and some of the remakes are actually pretty solid. Okay, so we got the one that was in Teaks. Upper housing, bottom left door behind a secret bookcase. There we go. But yeah, it did establish a lot of the things. I will give it that. He finally opened a bookstore and then he hides. Yeah, I think probably the game that I'm most impacted by nostalgia for, I've already done a review of. And that is Final Fantasy VI. I'll admit, there are things it doesn't do perfectly either. But I would say that most likely, let's go ahead and check this one off. I think a remake of Final Fantasy VI could easily fix most of the problems I had with it. You didn't play Chrono Trigger until Final Fantasy Chronicles, and you're massively nostalgic for that, but that's a whole other beast. And since we're going into an ad, well, we're in an ad right now, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break to get myself a coffee. That will be right back. Okay, we're back with coffee. Okay. I need my controller. But yeah, since coffee has been obtained, it is time for us to jump back in. I have another thing I've oddly enough considered. Let's go ahead and step up here. Another thing I have considered is actually setting up an archive drive of sorts just for like Let's Plays and stuff like that, and broadcasting them as replays. But I don't know if people would enjoy that or not. But if I do those, it'll just auto pause at ad breaks. Okay, so we got everything here. No, we're not going to participate in the hero match. I want that black dress. But no. I am trying to get better about breaks and stuff like that. That's why I actually have the ad pop up for chat. If I get to the point where I can actually properly run ads on streams, I might set it up where I can sync the ads between YouTube and Twitch. That's going to require coding on my part, though. I actually have to program something independent of my bot for it. Okay, you think are a shop? This is the guy that has items that I want. The Legend Cask. Phantom Shield. Yeah, Phantom Shield and Legend Cask are the ones that I want. They're 10,000 each. You used to do reruns of streams before Twitch took the feature away from non-partners or affiliates. You were surprisingly... I thought you were an affiliate. Oddly enough. Nope. I actually considered dropping affiliate for a while because it forces ads. That is a downside to it. But... And as far as reruns, they're not even available for partners or affiliates right now. The way reruns work is they were all taken away, but most people will broadcast a rerun and just set it on a specific mode for that, and you're just supposed to label your stream rerun. Every time you start trying to stream seriously, something explodes. I feel that. Last time I made it a year before my spine exploded. This time I made it a year and then my hard drive exploded. Yeah, it's like, okay. Every year something bad's gonna happen. This one's durable and the best quality you can get. Yeah, we're haggling. I mean, give me 50 gold to take it from you. Oh, and it automatically runs me off screen. I don't know why it does that. There's got to be some mechanical reason why it wants to kick me off that screen after that dialogue bit. It might be so I don't interact with him again. Okay, so there is... Okay, so that's Dabas. So we have Bizarre left side stack of baskets. And one way I could farm gold could be in here. Into the arena, and I don't see if there's a... I don't think there's a way to get up to that person up top. You'd be back by now if the GPU hadn't died. It took most of your USBs with it. Can't even use your capture card without the feed freezing now. Ooh. So was it something with your motherboard or power supply or something? Or was it just like a power surge? Because that sounds like major damage. We should be at 14 Stardust. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, if this computer died, I do actually have a plan B. It's not a good plan B, and I would be stuck with retro stuff. I wouldn't be able to cover new stuff like Clair Obscur on it, but you don't have enough parts to test things individually. Understandable. That is one reason I am kind of glad I did things the way I did, even though it was less efficient money-wise. I have a known good backup system plus a dirt-ass cheap laptop. I can't stream from the laptop. The laptop can't handle OBS. But I know for a fact that I could use the old computer, and I do have parts enough to build a... It's not... I guess it could run Windows 10. I could build a Windows 10 compatible, but we're talking DDR3 system, or DDR2 possibly. If I went to the backup That one, I'm not even sure I could do PlayStation emulation on. So it's possible the GPU isn't bricked and the motherboard just can't handle it, you suppose? Well, I hate to say it, but if it blew out things on the motherboard, it could be any number of things. It could just be the motherboard is fried and it's just holding on. Could be the power supply. Power supply could have nuked the GPU and then the surge goes into the motherboard. If you had a GPU that used power from the power supply, that is. Power supply could have fried everything. There's so many things that could have done it that there could have been a short somewhere. That sounds like a hard one to diagnose, and I am not the greatest technician ever, to steal a phrase. I forget what that guy's channel name is, though. Okay, now how do we get back across? I think it's down. I think this only brings us up on this side, though. You don't have the parts or patience to diagnose it beyond that? I feel that. I definitely feel that. For me, there is another step I could take with the failed hard drive, but I would need, oh, what are they called? It's kind of like a clean room, but it's just its own little isolated chamber as opposed to a full-on room. Because what I could do is get another board for the hard drive, because I think that's actually what failed. I don't think it was actually the platters that failed. But at the same time, it would involve soldering, it would involve a replacement donor board, it would involve a bunch of stuff. So I don't think that's going to ever happen. That is beyond my patience and my skills. If it was a software issue, I could do. The SSD and HDD seem fine, though, so you'll probably carry those over to a new PC. Yeah. I would be suspicious of the motherboard and the power supply. Not guaranteed bad, but I would be suspicious of them. Thankfully, on the plus side, there are actually Go ahead and just start beating up these guys. A few affordable options now, thanks to Intel entering the market. I don't know how well Intel would work for the things that you want to do, but the Intel... I did that way too early. The Intel video cards, the Battle Mage series, are pretty good bang for the buck. If I was going to do something other than those, at least judging by like reviews from people that I trust, I would probably go Team Red this time around. Just because NVIDIA's just taking the piss at the moment. They really are just, well, we're going to charge whatever we damn well feel like. That said, AMD's not doing a lot better. Now to remember how we get up there. Yeah, thinking about what other things would be good. Especially if you're doing retro games, I would probably actually go Team Red. Just because I don't have good reports on how well the Intel cards work whenever it comes to the emulation side of things. I know they're good for video encoding. AV1 is great. I'm scratching my back real quick because mosquito bite. 'Tis the season. You've been on Team Red for about 15 years now. Don't think you've owned an NVIDIA card. Not that you actively avoided them. Just always worked out that way. I I went from Team Green to Team Red with the last one, because after the 1080, NVIDIA's not been doing it for me. Yeah, RTX is cool and all, but I need my cards to do decent raster performance and not cost 3 kidneys and a brainstem. Let's go ahead and take out the Mandrake if we can. But as far as, yeah, we'll be able to get rid of them. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I don't need it to cost 3 kidneys and a brainstem for barely any improvements. Team Red has been really good for me, even though my card is actually not exactly a high quality card from Team Red. It's been doing just fine. Mine is actually kind of a low quality version of the cards that I probably shouldn't have gotten, but I got it for like $100 less than MSRP, so. As far as processors, I've alternated between Team Blue and Team Red. Currently, I'm on Team Red. As it's mostly just been because whenever I've gone for my improvements, it's been Team Red's been better, Team Blue's been better. Fond memories of your first little 1 gigabyte AMD card you started YouTube with? Which one was it? Trying to remember. Because I started YouTube with a 5800 GT, I believe. Would be, I can actually tell you. Yeah, I think it was a 5800 GT. On my account. $8,500 GT, sorry. Not 5800. I got the numbers reversed. Yeah, the first computer I did YouTube on was 8500 GT. And then I upgraded to, I want to say, a 780 Ti and then a 1080 Ti. 760, not a 780. And it has been a journey. I shouldn't go back and look at my old system logs. But yeah, the backup to the backup is actually the 4790K Intel with a 760. That tells you how old those parts are. They still work. Not super well, but they work. Yeah, the 760 was because the one before it, because the one before it was an FX. I can tell you what it was a Athlon 64 X2 4600. I was using fraps on that shit. I was still using fraps whenever it would have been DX Story by the 760. Let's see if I can remember how to get across this, because I really don't remember. It's around here somewhere. It exists. Does anyone remember how to get up? Is it this way? DX Story is a name you've not heard in ages? Yeah. It hasn't been updated in ages either, but it was such good software. Especially for the price of $350. Although I think I ended up paying for it in the end. I know I paid for Fraps in the beginning. Starting out on YouTube has gotten so much easier than it used to be as well. Speaking of the cost of things, it has changed. Never use it yourself. You went from Fraps to Bandicam around 2014? Yeah. I know a few people went to Bandicam. Bandicam was probably easier to use, but the amount of freedom you had in DX Story was, I would say it actually might be more than OBS even today, as far as the amount of flexibility, because you could let it use whatever codec you wanted. It just did not care. I loved using that. But nowadays, OBS is the best. Speaking of which, I should probably get myself just a clean install on a portable drive. Keep it on a fixed version just in case things go stupid at some point in the future. I'll always have just a clean version to work on. That said, if you're using OBS and you use complicated plugins and various tools to interact with it, updating frequently is not always the best of ideas unless it's a security update. I know some VTubers who refuse to update for like at least 3 or 4 versions simply because of the amount of work that goes into just keeping everything running. Bandicam still gets updates. I am completely lost as to how to get out of here on the correct side. I know I'm being an idiot, but I have forgotten. And then there was a registered hypercam that was a meme. There's... My brain's trying to go through all the rest of them. Camtasia. I think Camtasia's still updated as well. It's been a few years since I checked, but they were still updating as of the last time I checked. But yeah, I do miss... I miss the competition in the space. But as it stands right now, the amount of free software that is actually good quality The only one of them that I use is OBS. I use Krita as well, but I don't use that for thumbnails. I use it for painting. But pretty much you have OBS, Krita, DaVinci Resolve, GIMP. And there's also the Illustrator alternative that I'm forgetting the name of. All of those are great free tools that people don't need to worry about spending several $100s just to get started. That's one reason why gaming and vlogs have gotten to be so omnipresent. Okay, if someone wants to just tell me how to get the hell out of here on the correct side, I would appreciate it. I know where I need to go, I just don't know how to get there. It's pissing me off. Towards the exit. How's it going, Fuchsia? Could call you that for... I know it's Fuchsia. Snark. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? And I kind of deserve that one. Actually, I do need to check if the bot's working. It is! For some reason, it still doesn't want to play ads on its own. I think something happened on the Twitch end. Because both Twitch and YouTube are changing things lately. YouTube's comment system was completely borked for about a week. And they've recently added a new community tab feature. Feel free to test it out. I don't know where it shows up at. I think it only shows up on mobile because, you know, YouTube refuses to do anything for desktop. But I think it's a thing where people can just comment on the channel in general. I went ahead and enabled it because why not? Okay, so we've been... I think we've been left. Yeah, that's to that one. Yeah, this shouldn't just pop us out on the... Will this pop us out on the correct side? I don't think so. Not seeing anything like that on desktop? Yeah. There's a few things on... Another thing... Actually, this is one that really pisses me off. On mobile, and unfortunately my phone is old as hell, so I can't do this. But unfortunately on... mobile, you can download your own videos at whatever resolution you want. You can set the setting to be what you want. On desktop, you cannot. You can only get it 720p. Which pisses me off because I'd actually like to download my videos at 1440p because my archive died. YouTube, get on it. I'm about to like start just spamming the feedback thing every day for the next 3 years to get him to do something. I'm guilty of doing that at least once, by the way. Give me access to this mobile feature. Give me access to this mobile feature. I suppose I could just set up a mobile emulator on my computer, which is not as hard as it used to be because Windows is a bit better about that right now, although it's integrated weird. And just do it that way. I could, but I don't want to risk getting my account banned because it's actually going to be a lot of downloads. Because unfortunately, YouTube is my livelihood, and if I get my account banned, I am starving. And probably wouldn't be able to continue creating content on any other platform. That is the way it crossed. I feel so dumb. But they have been cracking down on that. They've actually been cracking down on people downloading from their own channels, too. I know some people that have gotten watch bans for that. Which is very strange, but... So the way I'm going to just get my footage is probably... rewatch my videos just for like little bits of footage. And just record it that way. Because I know which episodes and which segments I want to integrate into them. But I'm going to have to do that for Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. Final Fantasy Tactics is going to have to be that way. I'll probably do Final Fantasy Tactics before I do Pillars of Eternity just because of the more recent news. I am looking forward to the Final Fantasy Tactics release. If I can't get a press key, I'm probably not covering it on release. I might do a playthrough of the original. But... I do want the remaster. I just have to wait for it to be not ungodly expensive. And I have a gut feeling it's going to be like 40 or 50 bucks. Just a gut feeling. I don't have verified data on that. You were vibrating when the Tactics Remaster finally got confirmed. I'm happy to see it. I was excited that there was going to be voice acting to it. But the handful of times I've gone back and watched the trailer, my anticipation of the voice acting has gone down. As I've already gotten myself mildly annoyed at it within the few replays of that I've done. So I might have to turn it off in the actual game. It's $50 based on the pre-order page. See, that's a third of the hard drive I need to buy. I can't justify that right now. Oh yeah, all of the treasure chests are just blonk. Don't forget to put all your points into driving. Hope nothing bad will happen. Yeah. After the hard drive failure, it's like, I need to save up $150. Because what I need to be getting is a NAS drive. I know that costs extra, but due to its position in the case, it is exposed to vibrations. And NAS drives generally are designed to handle that better than cheap ones like, say, a Western Digital Blue. And they also tend to have much better data warranties and recovery options. I'm not going to go for any of the like weird AI things. I'm not going for an SSD, so that saves me some money in that respect. These guys are gonna hurt. I forget how much life these guys have. It's a decent chunk. This might be where I come back to do some grinding, but we'll see. Because this place is not a bad place to grind because you've got auto heals as well. And the things give you a little bit more than in the other dungeons. The enemies are also tougher, though. I might not even end up actually doing any grinding. Can I please use it? Thank you. Yeah, those gargoyles are stoned. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. And yeah, all the chests in this are just like, ah ha ha. They mock us. That guy's really stoned. And apparently very fast, too. I actually do hate it whenever enemies open with stun attacks, and I think he was trying to do one. Like, before you even have a turn to set up kind of any kind of defenses, because that just feels cheap to me. Fuck. Their wingspan really does not seem big enough to support a stone body. We require more minerals. We require additional minerals. We require more Vespine gas. That is a game that I am afraid to do on stream. Because I know I was bad at it before. And frankly, I have a feeling if I played it again on stream, everyone would be like, ah, he's a fake gamer. Because I know I'm bad at it, and I will cheese the hell out of RTS games. I love them. I love trying to think of weird strategies, but I am a turn-based strategy player. That is real-time strategy. I am bad at it. Because I want to sit there and think of like, oh, this is a cool combo. I can have these units work together and all this other stuff. That doesn't work whenever you're doing real-time micro and unfortunately have the cognitive abilities of a decrepit old man. I don't remember the number. We're just going to go through and grab it from this. This is not the number. I'm just putting one in to see if it does anything. Did we get the first two right? Oh, it's only 3. That's why. Yeah, I think it's like 4-3-1 or something like that. How to play any RTS single player. 1. Build up a bunch of defenses. 2. Turtle for hours. 3. Amass an unreasonably large army. 4. Profit. Exactly. You are not wrong. I love my unreasonably large armies. I love having like weird random groups of units. That's how I do Age of Empires. I even have beat the hardest AI in Age of Empires 2. But I played on a water map. So they kind of like, it doesn't work well with the AI. The AI doesn't do water very well. So it ended up just like building up a bunch of random units, and I was able to just destroy their coast with a navy and then come in with whatever I wanted. Volcano! I do have to say, their wings do look kind of flimsy. I think that's just to save on polygons, though. I should look up the damage formula in this, by the way, because I have a feeling that it's not just a normal linear scale. I think if you start pushing too far ahead of your damage potential, I have a feeling you're going to end up just doing like 2 or 3 damage. They're just hopping up and down awkwardly. I mean, don't we all? Now to get the number. See if I actually remember it by the time we get back to it. I would just hop on this roller coaster just for fun. 3. 5. It's 352, isn't it? Sploosh. It was 352. It was giving me the password. It's very bad to write down your password, especially on the exit trap. And I seem to remember that we're not supposed to flip up the wall in there. And I just realized those gargoyles are Kiwi on YouTube. Those of you who don't know what Kiwi is, I'm about to link you and scar you for life. Okay, so that brought that down. Those of you watching the VOD of this are not going to get it. I don't care if it hurts my engagement. That is Kiwi. And for some reason, you mentioning that made me think of Kiwi. Okay. Time to actually proceed. Forward. But yeah, it is. And I think this is supposed to be. There are hints as far as which direction they're supposed to go. I just didn't grab. I think it is left and back. I was wrong. He just wanted to know how to fly. Is it left in front? Yes. And there's like constant debates as to whether the Kiwi's dead or not. That's debated almost as much as the ending to Expedition 33. There's probably people still getting to this point after cringing at me trying to find my way out of the forest for, what was it, 15, 20 minutes? Oh, look, it's really stoned guys. Let's take out living statues first. Since the Kiwi very obviously took great effort to plan and set up the flight, it's not unreasonable for it to put a big haystack on the bottom or something. True. And even if it didn't, the Kiwi isn't heavy enough for terminal velocity to kill it. Is that true? I actually don't know. I mean, I know roughly how big Kiwis are. I don't know how much they weigh, though. Okay, we should be able to kill the strong guy. He might try to run away. Nope. He's just doing fire damage, so it's all this is gonna hurt. It's true, I made it up, so it must be. I mean, squirrels are kind of in a boat kind of like that, but Kiwis, I think, are bigger than some squirrels, if I'm remembering correctly. I should go check. Because they're just a little flightless bird with a long-ass beak. Power up! Danger up, Will Robinson. I think all three of us have to hit it to kill it. We might not even kill it then. But yeah, Kiwi is a classic. That was back whenever YouTube actually promoted animation to an extent, because it had a whole animation category. I really wish they would bring that back. The animation category was a great place to discover really innovative stuff. And yes, I know they want to just have people eating the recommendations. That way, it's a lot easier for them to kind of control several aspects of the platform. And also, it does, from a business standpoint, keep people on the platform longer to have a strong recommendation system. It is to their advantage to have that recommendation system. It is to the viewer's advantage to be able to discover stuff easier so they can control their recommendations better. But getting access to those animations is harder now. That's one reason why, generally speaking, starting an animation channel, especially due to the amount of work that goes into it, nowadays is not as viable. Unless you have something, either a team that helps you speed up production or some other way of speeding up the animation process, or a style that is actually really efficient to create, you're going to run into issues of you just don't have the throughput to stay on people's feeds. It's kind of an unfortunate thing on there. Prepare yourselves! Okay, thievy boy. We know what you're protecting. We've been through this rigmarole before. I'll show you one of my best traps. It's a beat. Actually, I might do full dragon on this. Let us go special mode. Yeah, we're not a level 2 dragon yet, so we can only maintain it for one turn. But we can hit everything. Oh wait, yeah, we are a level 2 dragon. Slowly rolling bombs. He took lessons from the Tonberry. If it's slow, it does a lot of damage. Let's see how well bombs hold up to explosions. Not very well. Astral Drain. Very big boom. And no, I still don't know why she shoots a laser out of her ass. If I were to design the animation for this, that is not how I would have done it. Colon Beam of Healing. I probably would have gone something where she does the attack and then something rains down. If I remember correctly, one of her spells is also very controversial or something like that. Or it was in the Japanese version or something. No longer Dragoon. We don't know for sure the beam comes out of her ass. Let's not assume. It's better than the other assumption. Vagina beam. I'm not going to say the other one that I've heard it called, because that one is beyond crude. But I believe pulse was the second word. But yeah. It is not the attack I would have gone for. Okay, are we going to try and actually do a Dragoon attack? Do I really want to bother trying to do those? Because I never get the last one. We'll try. We failed. He's going to have a turn now, and he's going to wreck us, isn't he? Yep. Let's try and get through this fight relatively quickly so we don't end up in a situation of ad playing during the big dialogue moments, because we've got an ad in about 4 minutes. See, we've got another pellet, we've got a dark mist, and we've got a downburst. We're gonna do a pellet. She is by far our strongest offensive unit, by the way. Rose, just in general, can be extremely deadly. Especially this early on. Fine, but how about this? Sure, I'll take down your wire. And yeah, he's just gonna sit. Oh, 360 is half his life, so he has 720 life. That sucks. Wind attack. And I missed on the last one, so I got them skills. Oh, here they come. Oh, here they come. Let's see, item-wise. Oh, I meant to attack with him, but that's fine. Slow-moving bombs. He's actually going to be able to do decent damage to Rose, which kind of sucks for me, but I think I can recover from it. I kind of wish there's a mechanic in Septeric Core with one of the bosses. Yeah, this fight's going to probably last through the ad break. But yeah, there's a mechanic with one of the bosses where you can actually knock the damaging item back onto them. Oh, here it comes. How much damage does that do? 81. Okay, it's not that bad. I should have just kept attacking him then. Especially, why not throw them away, especially with how long the fuses are? You do have a point on that. Item, Dark Mist, Drake. And we'll have an ad while we slowly whittle away the wire life. Oh man, he is very persistent with these. I should have gotten some AoE damage items. Good lord. How much life does that thing have? Yeah, his normal attacks don't do much. 40-something damage. Against Dart is just nothing. We have enough for a single target, unfortunately. I don't have... Go ahead and Magic Sidge Stone that. Can it still roll forward while it's... No, yeah, it can. So it just doesn't work on those. And we do have the long animations. I will probably turn them off at some point. But I do want to see them a few times. Simply because they're cool. Back in the day, they were cool. They're cool now. Death Dimension. Hopefully this is enough to kill the orbs. The bombs. I like how Death Dimension is just 2D. And yes, the perspective does shift throughout the battle. So it gets a little convoluted. And really, I'm not, even though we are out of attack items, I am not that threatened by him. He's not that scary. And yes, I am dragging a little bit, so the ad break will come to an end. You and your damn bombs. If your bombs stick around after you die, I'm going to be upset, Drake. They do not. Thank God. Death Dimension, aka 2D. It is 2Ds in the name as well. I didn't catch that until I saw it typed out. Everybody levels up! So I'm guessing... I have to protect Shirley, or... I'm guessing Dart is going to be over 500 now with that accessory. It's okay now. People with Dragoon spirits, why are you disturbing my quiet moment? What are you? You're a ghost! We're here to save our friend's life. Life of your friend? Do you remember me? You are... Rose, aren't you? Ah, you have been on your sad journey since then. Why, yes, and she is apparently immortal. Won't you spare me some Dragoni plant? Shauna is suffering from dragon poison. Oh, no. Oh, they're still clinging to life. Unfortunately, I do not have any Dragoni plant. Oh, sadness. Whatever will we do? There is one way to save her. Turn her into a Dragoon! Dragoon's poison can be removed with the Dragon's spirit of a white silver dragon, which is filled with healing magic and fairy godparents. I will challenge you to see if you deserve this Dragoon spirit. Shall we begin? Come at me, ghost lady. We'll fight you with words. I've got words for you. Dart, Lavitz, why do you fight? Protect those we love. Another boss fight right after a boss fight. This is a JRPG. If my boss fight doesn't have, like, triple dips, it's not a boss fight. Don't worry, this is not an actual boss fight. It's a dialogue tree. It's a healing session. The way you know is because it doesn't have opera music, and the music didn't get faster for stage 2. I have been waiting. Why did you leave without saying a word? Pursue the Black Monster. The Black Monster? What are you going to do after you find the Black Monster? I don't know yet. Or the consequences. You won't be able to make it like that. Turn-based therapy? Man, we could all use a little turn-based therapy. Expedition 33 is turn-based therapy. Oh, yeah. We're gonna have to do it again. Yeah, it's literally just make the right choices until... Or you'll have to do it again. Her sleeves are too long? Oh, to roll them up. I know a few people who really like long sleeve sweaters, so I can't judge. Unfortunately, so... Heck, one of my exes used to do the thing where she'd have they were a good like 4 inches too long for her arms, so she'd do the thumb hole thing through the knitted cuff. She'd do the thumb hole thing through that, but every single time she'd just be like floop and just suck her arms into it. Of course, get revenge. About revenge and be with me, the black monster or me, Dart. Okay. We get to do these for each of them, by the way. Of course, she's also the one that was like a foot shorter than me, and her legs were the same length as mine. For those of you that are curious. Let's go ahead and get that. That's not like you. Are you disobeying my orders? Yes, I am. I always disobey your orders. Shauna needs me. That's the renowned Knight of Serdio. Life is precious whether it's one or many. Help out with Shauna. It is interesting that they did this, but at the same time, this should have just been dialogue options. No matter what, I will go. Brave young people, what you'll see is all the truth. Never gaze away. Only total acceptance brings you the way. Parents care for children. A child yearns for its parent. The bonding makes a human strong. Lastly, Rose, I ask you, what does life mean to you? Nothing but sacrifice. See the end to your agonizing journey. The young man there will awaken the old you and lead you to the future. Now illuminate the dark road with my white silver dragoon. I know why they included silver at the end of that. Gust of Wind Dance. Ugh. I think that's a 3 combo. That was beautiful. Take this with you as I promised, but I have one favor to ask. Heal him, please. He stood up to you for me. Please save Drake. I don't have an entity, so I cannot draw on the power of the spirit. Hold it up with the spirit of the red-eyed dragon spirit. Hold your balls over the man. Your red-eyed dragon draws the healing power of the white silver dragon spirit. Yeah, you're fine. We just blew you up a few times. Gazing at the truth sometimes brings pain, but you will be able to overcome it. Farewell, Rose. I am looking forward to the date our roads of fate cross again. In other words, she's looking forward to when you die, Rose. She wishes death on you. We're not leaving yet. There's a room in the back of here that we need to go into. And some of the treasure in it is offensive to me on an RPG level. If I remember what's in here. Can I open it? Because I think if I remember correctly, some of these are just like your basic starter weapons. The healing breeze. That one actually is handy. Demon stiletto is better. I thought one of these had like the starter sword in it or something. How much is 20 gold in volume? Depends on how big the coins are. We've gotten 200 from a chest before. But yeah, gold is hard to come by in this. It's more akin to D&D gold. D&D gold in a properly balanced income campaign. Not one of those where you end up with like 25,000 gold. Oh, she's able to one-shot those guys? Jesus. Some dark mists. Those are welcome. Less items we have to buy. Guess I'm thinking of a different set of chests. Because it's possible to get ones that have just the starter sword in it. And it feels like such a slap in the face. Because you'll have already gotten better stuff by then. It's kind of insulting. And disappointing. It feels almost like they were put there as a placeholder and they never went back and replaced them. Is there a game that has an inventory weight limit and also has non-zero currency weight? Baldur's Gate 3 is the first one that comes to mind. It's low enough that it might as well be zero, but it actually does have weight. I've become overburdened by gold in it before. Trying to think, there's not a lot of them that have that. It is not a common thing for games to have gold weight. Dungeon Siege didn't have it. None of the Final Fantasies have gold weight. Blossom Storm, yay, D-level up. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think there are very many that do. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 did not have gold weight. They had a central gold pool. Oh, that just opens itself. Cute. No, I can't think of any. Too many that actually have that. It's usually CRPGs if they do. But even there, it's not super common. Even Kingdom Come Deliverance doesn't? That I didn't know. I can't really play those very much. They make me sick. And I think that Lavitz is probably getting close to maxing out his skill. He should be at like 70 some odd. You jerk. I'm stopping by the healing place, and then we're getting out of here. Boop. Trying to think. Yeah, I'm going through like most of the games that I've played, and you are right that very few have that. I think it's because it usually feels bad to have a heavy limit on gold. Diablo 1 doesn't have a weight limit, but it does take up slots and it has a fixed amount per slot. You can stack gold up to 5,000 and you only have so many slots, so that's a pseudo weight system. But you can carry as much weight as you want. You could carry an entire inventory of rocks if you wanted to. And I messed up. Does Skyrim have gold weight? I don't remember. It has been a while since I played Skyrim. I don't think it does. It does not? Okay. I'm gonna out myself a little bit. I still prefer Morrowind over Skyrim, and well, I prefer it over Oblivion. It's closer to Skyrim as far as ranking goes. None of the Bethesda games do, not even in hardcore mode. Okie dokie. I forget if it has weight in the Divinity series, like Divinity Original Sin. The original Divinity series I haven't played in a while, so I don't remember for sure. I keep forgetting to check on his edition. Oh no, 21 damage. Whatever will I do? My brain is just trying to go through various games, and yeah, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is the only one I know of that has a weight on the gold. Of course, you think Morrowind is better. That's because it's the best game in the series, just goes without saying. There's a fan 3D remake of Daggerfall I want to try. If we're speaking of Elder Scrolls. Of course, that one I still don't think will compete with the others, because Daggerfall was back when we still made jank RPGs. Then you'll make the trivia question be about which games do have that instead of which games don't. Have weightless gold. I think I would still consider Diablo 1 as being a gold weight limit, just because you can only carry him in 5,000 per stack. Even though it's not listed as pounds. There is a hard limit as to how much gold you can carry because of inventory restrictions. Diablo 2 doesn't have that. You don't play Daggerfall, you experience Daggerfall. Ouch. I've heard you resent Daggerfall, but adjusting microphone so you'll hear squeaks. Mainly because I'm leaning back so I can get fan on me, because it is hot as Satan's third nipple right now. You mean that in the best way. Oh, sorry if you guys can hear my fan in the background. I have it up on max now. It is necessary. Because I am not a fan of sweating my earlobes out. Oh, lordy. That reminds me, I do need to set up... that. Oh, Gablin's not streaming today. What are your thoughts on the Witcher series, by the way? Speaking of open world games, I'm curious. Just putting out a bit of a curiosity wave there. See what people are thinking about on that. It is a game that I've played decent bits of them. I haven't beaten any of them, for those of you that are curious. For me, and this is even true of Morrowind, this is true of Oblivion, this is true of Skyrim. I've played all three of those. But I find that I think the game would be better without the open world. And I know people are going to hate me for saying that. And I love the games as they are. They're fine. I think I would have a more enjoyable experience if the opportunity for all the little side diversions weren't there. If that makes sense. I'm fine with some side quests, but if in those games a lot of the side quests I feel detract from it because they don't add as much as I would hope from it. You never put any time into them, your brain won't let you play them out of order, and the first one is too jank for you to get into. Finish Witcher 3, but you didn't like it. There's no meat to it other than the cutscenes. If you want to watch cutscenes, you'd watch Kiwi on loop. Aw. But for me, I like the main story in them. There is a good kind of core story there. But you'll end up in these side quests where you just end up wandering into somewhere and it's like, oh, here's this dungeon of prisoners. We don't really ever learn anything else about them. It has no impact on the overall world. And at the end of it, it's just, oh, here's a mediocre sword, but because of a side quest you did earlier, you already have a better sword. If that makes sense. Is kind of how it ends up flowing for me. Actually had this discussion a little bit back with Mr. Gablin. He doesn't... He thinks they wouldn't be the same as... If I remember correctly, he said something about how they're considered some of the best games. And they are. Best narrative adventures and stuff like that. I just prefer... Oh, we've got multi on both of those. Do we want to do wind or fire? I think we do wind. Giving her a shot if the Witcher 1 remake ever comes out. I might go and play them on stream just as an experiment. But for now, yeah, they're kind of not super high on my list. We're going to sell some of these Sun Rhapsodies. Don't sell spirit potions, you can't buy them back. We'll do 2 mind purifiers, 2 body purifiers if we can get them. But yeah, they just don't work as well for me as some other games. And why is he streaming and nothing is on his stream? There it goes. There he goes. For some reason, someone on my watch list was streaming, but I was seeing absolutely nothing on it except for like a weird little graphic going across. But then his camera popped up. I do have closed captions on, do I not? I guess they're not doing closed captions anymore. Generally speaking, at least until Google cuts us off of using this, always recommend using the closed captions on Twitch. It is an accessibility option that helps so many people. And yes, eventually we're going to need to most likely do local sourcing of that. But right now we don't. But yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of... I don't mind side quests, but I feel compelled to do them because I grew up on JRPGs. In JRPGs, you do a side quest, you're going to almost always get something that is an improvement of power. You're going to get lore, you're going to get improvement of power, you're going to get these various other things that are beneficial and expand the world. Expedition 33 is really good about that because there's things you wouldn't know about the world ever unless you did side quests. There's actual proper stories to each of the side quests. You disabled map markers to not get overwhelmed by side quests. I might have to do that if I play it on stream because I do not want a 300-hour playthrough. About 120 to 150 hours is my upper limit right now. And that was for a full-blown CRPG. We did the side quests in Pillars of Eternity 1 and Pillars of Eternity 2. We did most of the ones in 2. We didn't do all of them. But even there, there were a few just waste your time side quests in Pillars of Eternity, but most of them actually had lore that integrated into the world. They weren't just, here's a cave. Oh yeah, we should talk to these folks. Just because I find them funny. He reminds her of a dog she used to know. You're somebody that I used to know. You're 200 hours in Blueprints. I am afraid to dive into Blueprints. I would put money on it either sucking me in and me losing track of time, or me getting 5 hours in and being completely fucking frustrated at it. I have avoided most spoilers for it. I have watched a little bit of footage from the gameplay cycle, the puzzle aspects, and stuff like that. And I do think that I would probably just lose time into it doing run after run after run after run after run. Gives you a good endpoint 25 hours in, then it goes, solve the bigger puzzle. Are you satisfied to leave things here, or are you not a wuss? Yeah, I can't dive into those kind of games. There's a reason I don't play Oxygen Not Included on a stream as well. It's another one. It's not a puzzle game. It is a system management kind of, a manufacturing kind of game. But Oxygen Not Included is another game that I would put on the list of, this is either going to eat all my hours or I'm going to quit it 5 hours in. It's one that eats all my hours. Puzzle games and factory management kind of games, logistics games, whatever you want to call them, suck up that kind of space in my brain. It'd be a better game if it was just a traditional puzzler game, but then it wouldn't have its novelty. Yeah, it's got like an overarching like meta puzzle. I've been using the term meta way too much lately. Because Expedition 33's meta-narrative, a lot of people ignore that. I do like the fact that Expedition 33 has actually started to fill a space that we very rarely see in games. You'll see it from time to time, and you'll see it debated from time to time on certain games. But in general, most games do not have a long-standing debate as to the kind of like an author's intent, a literary destructuring or analysis and stuff like that. You might have them like in isolated superfans, but Expedition 33 has actually made that discussion spread a lot more than your average game. Please stick your light bulb in your pocket. And I do appreciate that about Expedition 33. It has turned people into Exposition 33. I'm a funny boy. I'm actually almost out of water. You can't believe you're going to spend more hours on blueprints than you did in La Mulana? How much hours did you spend in La Mulana? I thought that was a Metroidvania. I never dove super deep into the lore of that. I have it. I got it as part of a bundle, but I've only played a little bit of it. Well, you're just in time for the hero competition. Daredevils are coming from all over the world to compete their brawn and brains. Yeah, we're not going to get the other parts of the supplies here. What in tarnations are you playing there, dude? Is he? Oh, he's using obsidian. I thought he was playing something. Oh, he's doing stream challenge planning. Okay, I see what you're doing there, bud. Let's see. 183 hours on it? Good lord. No post-game stuff? You're 100%ing it though, aren't you? You go to Burning Rush, you do the Spinning Cane. You're never touching it again? I'm sorry. Yeah, there is no perfect game for everybody. There will always be people who don't like certain games and people who love certain games. So I can't really... There is no answer as to whether everyone will love a specific game or not. It's impossible for everyone to. If you don't want to engage with story, Expedition 33 is going to be a kind of there's our feet. It's going to be a kind of boring Souls-like RPG. If you don't like those, then it's going to be a very crappy game for you if you don't do story or that. So a lot of people who like things like, say, Madden and stuff like that are absolutely not going to go after for Expedition 33. The one that kills me is the people who complain about there being no story and skip the dialogue. Yes, I am skimming through the dialogue here, but that's because I already know what's being said, because we literally just played it a week ago. Well, 2 weeks ago. So I am skimming through it, but I am getting the story here, and I actually do understand the story. There's a perfect game. That's just Tetris. Game mode A or game mode B? But yeah, I'm okay with Tetris. I think there are better puzzle games like that. Oh yeah, we have to actually trigger the Coliseum to do this. I don't think there's any treasure here. The only one we can get points from is the Find the Difference game. Lavitz, you are swapping out with her. I should have kept replacement armor so I could swap that plate mail off of him, but it's fine. We'll get better armor in the future. I know it was on NES. I think it's been in future versions as well. You have the ones where you're adding lines to get to the next level, and you have ones where you're subtracting lines. Essentially, that's a very rough version of it, but I'll drop her to 57. I did not realize his damage was so damn low. We should play Tetris on stream once. Show just how bad at it I am. Would you like to sign up to be a hero? Yes. I'm a Knight of Basil. I'm not eligible to participate in these kind of competitions. I don't like the word dude. Besides, it'll spoil the competition if I participate. I'm too good. We'll be watching from up here. Okay. Fine, 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 fine. I do find it annoying how much they ship him with Shauna, by the way. Martial abilities mature along with the spirit. You have such an immature spirit. You are not a match for me. I cannot stand where I'll settle with you here. Have a good one, Fuchsia. Sorry, Fuchsia. Hopefully the rest of your day goes well, and I will enjoy JRPG-ness. Mainly because I enjoy JRPGs. I just enjoy turn-based games in general. They're a lot more relaxed, and I can chat and think about things while actually doing the streams. Bruh. I do need to do my pedals today. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and move my earbud, for God's sake. I've been slacking on them. I'm supposed to do them while I am streaming and while I am doing my... What? Not puzzles. Why did I think puzzles? Doing my scripts. Come on. Reminds you of our journey together. We're under the black whatchamacallit. The black monster never found him. Why do I have a feeling that Dart is going to turn out to... I'm not going to speculate on this. I could go that route and just be like, oh, let's speculate on these weird story bits. And no, we're just going to go forward. Play it as we normally do. Nostalgia Bait series, generally, I know what's going to happen in the story. You can't really spoil it for me. Unless it's a game I haven't played before. I'm ready. Let's go fight him. I'm not tensed up. I'm actually leaning back in my chair with a fan blowing kind of to the side of the microphone. Hopefully the airflow is not hitting the microphone. But we'll find out whenever I go to listen to it afterwards, because I can't do live monitoring. It makes me stutter. Worse than I normally do. Oh no, poison, whatever will I do? Winning is winning. Is this true there, bud? I will burning rush your face off. Oh, we don't even get SP in here. I just noticed that. So using this for any kind of grind would be pointless. He should be in the red now. Ow, you prick. That was too early. We have one more round to fight this. I don't remember if I get credit for my burning rushes or not. I didn't do too many there, but we did swap here in town. And I have considered making a mud for stream chat. I'm just debating how I'd actually want to implement the map for it. Does he get credit for him? He does. Okay. I like how it says, relax. I am leaning back and chilling. Okay, so this guy right here, Surfius, is gonna be tougher than the last one. And what? I got that one. That one was, I did appropriate timing on it. Bite me, game. Yeah, just chilling, fighting these guys. Powerful as I expected. Fine, I'll show you my true skill. Raw rage mode. Too early. I'm getting bad at these. I shouldn't be in a relaxed position, I don't think. Just lean back and have fun with it. Think probably if we drop below 300, I'll probably need to do some healing. Maybe not, considering he's already in the red. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. They're all cheering for us. Time for round 3. Ready to duel. We'll end up getting second place. This here's the finals. Oh no, this is the semifinals. Fighting Danton. It's hammer time. For some reason, I thought it ended at 3, but it apparently ends at a 4. Speaking of which, I might need to BRB real quick. 1 second. I heard a noise that leads me to believe I might need to. Okay, I'm back. Ish. Sorry if I sound weird. That was a bad angle for it. And no, it wasn't the thing I thought it was. Let's see. Us versus Danton. Fine. And yeah, it's going to be pretty much like this for every fight. We're going to just wail on their face about 95 times. And wait for them to die. Just gotta wait for him to stop defending. At least he's not as bad as Wiggly Eye Guy from frickin' Kudelka. Wiggly Eye Guy from Kudelka was a dingus. You're just gonna do that every time? Make my day. Here he comes. He looks like he's the Warhammer reject. I'm sorry, but he does. Watch him do it again real quick. So we have to just sit there blocking for 5 turns again. Jesus. Guess we're guarding. Back to guarding for several turns in a row. We'll go back up to about 300 life. That all-out attack always knocks you down to 1 life. It's got... It's does whatever damage it takes to reach that. So it doesn't matter how much you would have ground, you would be at 1 life after that. Come on. There we go. And yeah, we'll probably, ad break starts in 5 minutes. If I wish I would have remembered that. I really don't understand Twitch on some of these. Twitch, no matter what I do, plays an ad 30 minutes in, and then it's an hour and a half cycle from then on out, which is just annoying. Because I'd rather have it be on the hour. That way it is easier for me to keep track of things. But no, they have to make it complicated. Even though I intentionally play an ad at the start of stream to try and mitigate the pre-roll so it doesn't need to do that half-hour in thing. Still does it. Because you're supposed to be able to play an ad to delay a future ad. It cannot be. I've been defeated. I've been de-handed. He even got my legs. I am sad that we don't get XP for this. You'd think training and fighting in an arena would get you XP. Now, there is sadly no avoiding story in the upcoming part, so we might have to snooze the ad. I'm always afraid to snooze ads on Twitch, by the way, because the last time I did it, here, let's go ahead and, we've got another encounter. Sure, we'll fight that one. So maybe we don't need to snooze the ads. We can just have this one go through the ad break. Atlo. Oh yeah, it's this archer guy. I remember him. He does these, and then he does like a super attack after he's hit every single one of your body parts. So second attack. Then he'll do a third attack. And then he'll do the headshot. And we want to be defending whenever he does the headshot. That drink went down the wrong pipe. Oh, he's a skilled archer. Status effect blocked. I hate that he gets 3 attacks in a row, though. Jesus. Your ability has no effect on me, Atlo. That's 2. This will be 3. I thought I was late on that first click. Oh, you jerk. We're ad breaking on this guy. It's fine. There's 3. He's hit knee. He's hit chest twice. Let's go ahead and get back up to 600. And hope he does his special while we're blocking. And there's 3. He should be going after the head now. He's hit 3 of our different locations. He's just got to hit our head. That's the 4th. Listen here, jerk. Just do your thing. For the love of all that's unholy. Watch him do it now. Sorry, bud. I'm just gonna have to kill you. Nope, he's still got more life. He's got to be pretty low. You just really like my knee. I would have been an adventurer, but you kept shooting me in the fucking knee. That one was too late. I mean, if they just defended, they'd be able to get up after that. I think the next one is Leon. Hey, Hashel, at last we can meet in the final match. Well, you're not going to get there. Did you lose? He was tremendous swordmaster. I think his name was Lloyd or something. Oh no, it's Sephiroth. Bum 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 bum. Sephiroth. He's just short hair instead of long hair. He's a swordsman. Speak of the devil. We'll meet in the final match. Let's have a good one. Indeed, I dedicate this match to what fate has in store for us. It's the same guy who's been in the robes the entire time. And no, there's no way we can win this. Makes me sad. That said, in Lufia, there is a way you can actually beat Gygus at the very beginning. And it's just like, you win, game over. I am now one of your fans. Yes, we are fabulous. Swoosh. Always the hair swoosh. Claim the title and come back here. Okay, whatever. Whatever you say, Grandpa. We're gonna lose this one. How much damage do you do? 41. Yeah, because we can't hit him. He's got Ultra Instinct. And I don't think even spells can hit him. It's humanly impossible. And he still can't do enough damage to kill us. Yeah, even his ultimate attack just brings us down to right what we heal at. Oh no. Oh no. Also, what is up with his neck? It looks like the gem is like embedded in his neck, rather than like an amulet or a choker or anything, because he doesn't have anything on the back of his neck. I would be concerned if I saw someone with a fist-sized ruby embedded in their flesh with an iron frame. The young flame! Third place goes to Heschel, the master of the rogue art. He touches you and absorbs your skills. The fan favorite was Red Boy. Totally defeated. You haven't reached your limits. You will be stronger. You will have to be. You too, you'll become stronger. You flatter me. I mean, he's got the Dragoon inside him. Yay! Sorry, but you are no match for me. It's hard to take, but it must be true. Someday if we meet, please accept my challenge. I'll be stronger too. No, you won't. You'll be dead. Isn't Master of the Rouge school? Because isn't Rogue R-O-G-U-E? He's got the Rouge. Let's go meet the people. Do I really want to grind for whatchamacallits? Spirit points. She can just accumulate them from attacking now, but getting her closer to level 2 will always be a good thing. Girls in love are blind. People in love in general are blind, but it is what it is. Looking for my daughter who ran away. It was around 4 years ago. We met when I was on my quest pursuing the Black Monster. Tootsie over there is your friend too? Don't Tootsie me. God, Heschel is the lecherous old man. Why don't you just go around the arena with just Shauna, and then I can go out with Rose? What? Why do I have to go with you? Just pretending. Wow. Let us relax. And let us exploit everything about this place. We need 20 to get 1 spirit potion, so I will go up to 20 here. We have a lot of, like, direct damage items. We're gonna need them later. What's wrong with the scene? Yes. Takes a little while to do it, but we're gonna... This is... I might grind off screen on this. We'll see. Because I think the next location we go is... I think the next location is the prison, is it not? Unless I am mistaken. I don't think we go to Kazas next. That's one. I think it's the shovel and those? Oh, wait, no, the shield goes there. But yeah, basically we go in there, we get extra points back for each one. I don't want to waste my initial ones on there, so if I'm gonna grind, I'll do it off camera. That way I can sit there and actually remember which ones are which. I'm busy. Leave me alone. And we get kicked out. Of course, we can't explore there and pick up all the shards of blood from our foes. No, that's fine. Yeah, there's a bunch of mini games you can do here. I'm just gonna... We could do... I believe we can do something with the racing pigs as well. But the only one we can really earn a reliable amount of tickets from is that Find the Hidden Object one. The shooting one up there in the top is kind of interesting, but we don't want to mess with it. It wastes your things and you just get points. Now he's going to give him the bro talk of, hey, she likes you, you should do blah, 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 get married, blah, blah, blah. Ship them together. Again, more blah, blah, blah. Not something I particularly care about. It feels very forced in this. Which isn't like the worst thing ever, but it's still there. It's not my favorite. Shauna's like a baby sister to me. I cannot change that. Don't think Shauna thinks that way. What game are you playing right? Sure, okay. When the war ends, I gotta put my journey again, pursuing the Black Monster, and I don't want her to be involved in that. Revenge doesn't solve anything. I learned that from the death of Graham, the guy who betrayed my father. The guy who defected to the Sandora. The guy I hated. I hated him. Pay attention to the present. Shauna thing is hyper forced. Dart isn't interested, but everyone pushes it. Hey, how's it been going, Zenith? While it isn't my favorite game, I actually do really enjoy Legend of Dragoon, and it is a seed for so many games that came after it. Despite being a cult classic, I think it was more influential on proper game design than even like Final Fantasy VII and stuff like that. At least that's my opinion. I think it actually had more influence. Despite the fact that it didn't quite get as much attenzione. I love the gameplay in it. The story feels a little... really driven in there. It does get better later on. I will say that. I do hope that one day they will remaster it and give it an updated script. Well, he looks like he's had a bad day. Sir Lavitz, I'm glad at least I won't die in vain. Sandora surprises when an attack. His Majesty Albert is in captivity. And off to the prison we go. But yep, lurkers do make the Twitch go round. And I will be streaming this Wednesday through Saturdays in the morning. Just as a heads up. Got to get King Albert out of the can. And we always end up on the same scene with somebody unconscious. You idiot. When the knights lose self-control, their lord cannot be saved. And for some reason, I always get, like, Cheech vibes from Haschel. Dude's probably got some good weed. I don't smoke, but I know plenty of stoners who would appreciate his energy, and they share his energy. Yeah, Severed Chains, but unfortunately, no remakes or remasters, yeah. I thought about covering the Severed Chains ones, and yes, I will inevitably call it Shattered Chains again. I thought about covering it, but I think the original is better for the purposes of review. If I do the Severed Chains, it'll be in a comparison situation. And yes, this is a nostalgia bait. I have played through this game many years ago. I played the first disc more recently than I beat the game, though. It's just... yeah. I have a lot of nostalgia for it. So I figured I'd test that nostalgia. About you, Master Ashell. Okay, he's coming with us. Don't mind me. I've already been looking for her for 20 years. Going with you for a little while won't make any difference. Who is he looking for? When will he ever find out? Next time on Dragoon Ball Z. Aw. You lecherous old man. He's barely 18, for those of you that are wondering. Because Dart left when she was 13. He's, I believe, 23 now, if memory serves. I don't remember everybody's age. Just remember it being very, like, this age difference is awkward. She was, like, in relationship brain when she was 13 with him. He was already an adult. That's creepy territory. And yeah, I think going into there is the end of disc 1. We're not going to get there today. Why do you look familiar? Oh, it's one of those. Crap. Are we going to be able to kill it? Maybe. I don't know if that works on it. I think it does. But it's a matter of, can I get enough damage on it before it disappears? And it's highly evasive. Getting these hits in is important. Wow, 2 misses in a... God damn it. That's 2 turns down. I don't think we get him. Unless I am very lucky. I think he has like 4 or 5 HP. No, I have turbo button. I used to be able to get up super high when I was a kid using the rolling technique, but yeah, we missed 3 in a row. We're not going to be able to get him. If we had one of those like instant kill items, we would, but dude has like crap tons of evasion. He is a metal slime. But yeah, they're worth a ton of golden XP. I wish those would have hit, but I mean, we tried. Kind of a similar situation with the whatchamacallits. The birds. Now the question is, should I call the stream so I can do some grinding for SP? Oh yeah, she's at 1 life. This could actually be bad. If Rose gets hit by this guy, that's a bad situation. I'm gonna go ahead and have you Dragoon form and heal Rose. And even if I call it here, there's no guarantee I will go grind that. I have other stuff I need to get done. Yeah, without a sachet, those enemies suck. You believe charm potions help you get more turns as well? I haven't actually used a charm potion in this. Not in years. I thought they were reducing encounter rates. There is one that deals... There's the... Oh, it's not... I don't think it has invisibility in the name. It's one that you get from chests only. That deals a fixed amount of damage. Yeah, I think we are fine to actually go after this boss. I'm kind of sad that Shauna's going to be behind on levels, but it's fine. Yeah, we still have enough of our shop items to handle this place. And we can't take Stardust in anywhere until after... God, I think until after Disc 2 starts. If I'm remembering correctly. And yeah, I need to remember to actually have spare items like that. I think we will go ahead and call it. That way I can decide if I have time to grind before tomorrow, I'll grind, but we've got to that 4-hour mark anyway. Charm Passion potion when used on a character makes minor enemies not attack them for 3 turns. Yeah. Oh, it just makes them not attack them for 3 turns. That sadly would not have helped us against that guy. We needed him not to run. Him knocking us down to 1 life is whatever for me, but... And I will raid you guys out to somebody. We're going to see who else. They're doing Oblivion, Dune Awakening. I think Witcher 3 is probably the best one to raid. So, nobody else I know is doing retro games right now. And hopefully everyone is doing all right, and I will see you guys probably next time as we go into the prison. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.